Hi, I'm Tiffany Young with IdeateTV, and I'm here with Cassidy Hubbarth, anchor at ESPN. So, Cassidy, I'm dying to know, how did you get into sports? How did you know you wanted to have a career in sports? Tell us a little story on that.
I have known I've wanted to have a career in sports broadcasting since I was in middle school. I've always been a huge fan of sports. I was an athlete growing up. I pretty much played every sport imaginable. And my family, big sports fans, and so we used to watch, Bulls, Bears, Cubs, Blackhawks growing up because I'm from Chicago. And on Sunday morning, I used to watch the Fox NFL pregame show, and I saw Pam Oliver doing features and interviews with athletes, and that's when it hit me. I was like, I want to do that. I am so passionate about sports that I want to be able to also tell stories, because I knew I wasn't going to grow up to be Michael Jordan and make a career in professional sports playing, so the next best thing was covering it.
What was your career like the early stages of your career? What was that like, and what were maybe some obstacles or challenges that you had to overcome?
Yeah, I graduated from Northwestern in a time, I graduated in 2007 when really media was changing. The market was growing horizontally, and what I mean by that is there were more opportunities on the digital side and not just linear television. So I was able to take advantage of that because I got comfortable with social media in college, and I was able to bring that out into the workforce and make an impression that way by contributing that type of expertise to companies who are really trying to break into that world. So I would say I had a pretty untraditional route, because normally early on, probably a couple of years before I graduated, the route was go to a market 173 and work your way up in local television. And I started in Chicago, working actually a number of jobs. I worked as a traffic reporter and producer. I worked for a sports production company creating content for mobile phones, and I also worked as a freelance reporter. So I really just kind of bounced around and got as much exposure and experience as I could, and then that kind of led me to ESPN, and I've been there for 6 years.
Great. So you mentioned Pam Oliver. What would you say to some young people that are looking for a career in sports, maybe some young girls out there that are maybe thinking, well, maybe it's a guy's game, maybe I don't have a place there? What would you say to those?
One thing that I've learned about this business is that as long as you continue to be comfortable in yourself, there are no boundaries. It takes a while to be able to find your own voice in such a diluted field, but that's the beauty of this business, is that we are telling stories. We're using our voice to help bring to life stories and sports and action and personal triumphs. And as long as you are dedicated to learning and growing every day and not feeling like you've achieved something and can just rest on what you achieved yesterday, I don't think there's any boundaries for male, female, black, white, yellow, doesn't even matter. And that's what the beauty of this industry is.
Thank you so much.
Of course.